Hi everyone, this is Prajesh from Base. In today's session, we are talking about conjunction in general. As you know, conjunctions are very important in English. They are used to join words, clauses or phrases together in a sentence. Conjunction can come as a single word, phrases or in pairs. Mainly there are three types of conjunctions: subordinating conjunction, coordinating conjunction, correlative conjunctions. Finally, I would like to indicate one more point as a caution. Many words can function as multiple parts of speech. So next time before judging a word, put effort to analyze which parts of speech it is. Now we can talk about these three types of conjunctions. First one, subordinating conjunction. A subordinating conjunction is used to join a dependent clause to an independent clause. You may be confused about what is an independent clause and what is a dependent clause. To get clear idea about dependent clause and independent clause, at first we must know what a clause is. When a unit of words contains its own subject and verb, it is known as a clause. And when this clause implies the complete meaning and stand alone, it is known as a independent clause. I think we can better discuss with an example. See, this one is our example. I started swimming when I was 8. See, in this example, we used when as a subordinating conjunction. And on both sides, there are unit words. Take the first one. I started swimming. See, in this example, I is used as a subject. Started is used as a verb. As we have already discussed, when a unit of words contains its own subject and verb, it is known as a clause. So, this one is a clause. And look at the meaning. I started swimming. Yes, it implies the complete meaning and it can stand alone. So, it is known as a independent clause. When a clause implies the complete meaning and stand alone, it is known as a independent clause. Now, we can talk about the second one, other side. I was 8. See, in this example, I is used as a subject and was is used as a verb. As we have discussed, this example is also contain a subject and verb. So, obviously, this one is also a clause. But just look at the meaning. I was 8. No, it doesn't imply the complete meaning and it cannot stand alone. To get the complete meaning, this clause must depend on an independent clause. So, this clause is known as a dependent clause. See, in our example, we used one independent clause and one dependent clause. And we used when as a subordinating conjunction to join these two clauses together. We can read our example one more. I started swimming when I was 8. In this example, I started swimming is a independent clause. When is known as subordinating conjunction. I was 8 is known as dependent clause. I think now things are clear for you. When we talk about subordinating conjunction, we must address one more point. When we use a subordinating conjunction in the beginning of the sentence, we always use a comma just before the independent clause. Look at our example. When I was 8, I started swimming. See, in this example, we used when, subordinating conjunction in the beginning. So, we used a comma just before the independent clause. But when we use this subordinating conjunction in the middle of the sentence, we always omit the comma. Look at our example. I started swimming when I was 8. See, in this example, we used subordinating conjunction in the middle of the sentence. So, we omitted the comma. These all are about subordinating conjunction. And there are a lot of subordinating conjunction. Look at our list. See, this is a incomplete list. Many more can be added in this list. So, if it is clear, we can move on. Our second conjunction, coordinating conjunction. See, in the first one, subordinating conjunction, we used subordinating conjunction to join a dependent clause to an independent clause. But in the case of coordinating conjunction, we use coordinating conjunction to join two independent clauses. But we can better discuss with an example. This one is our example. He committed a crime, so I punished him. He committed a crime, so I punished him. See, in this example, we used so as a coordinating conjunction, and on both sides there are unit words. We can just examine it. Take the first one. He committed a mistake. He committed a crime. See, in this example, we used he as a subject and committed as a verb. So, as per our rule, this one is a clause. And look at the meaning. He committed a mistake. He committed a crime. Yes, it can implies the complete meaning and it can stand alone. So, obviously, it is known as a independent clause. Take the other side. I punished him. In this example, I is used as a subject, punished is used as a verb. So, obviously, this one is also a clause. Look at the meaning. I punished him. See, clearly it implies the complete meaning and stand alone. So, this one is also a independent clause. So, we use coordinating conjunction to join two independent clauses together. When we talk about coordinating conjunction, we must address one more point. When we use a coordinating conjunction, we must use a comma just before it. Look at our example. He committed a crime, comma, so I punished him. So whenever we use a coordinating conjunction, we must use a comma just before our conjunction. And there are a lot of other coordinating conjunctions. Look at our list. And coordinating conjunction normally or popularly known as fanboys, for, or, nor, so, but. Like this, coordinating conjunction popularly known as fanboys. I think this one is also clear for you. If it is clear, we can move on. Our third conjunction, correlative conjunctions. See, correlative conjunction always come in pairs. As the name sounds, correlative conjunctions always correlate different parts of speech, which is grammatically correct and have equal importance. When we apply a correlative conjunction in a sentence, we must address some grammatical rules, because each correlative conjunction is precisely governed by certain grammatical rules. We can discuss with an example. We are taking either nor. See, we have created two examples with either or. First one is either Lal or his friends are drinking. Second one, either Lal or his friend is drinking. See, in the first example we used are drinking, and second one we used is drinking. Why this difference? Because when we use either or in a sentence, we must consider the second subject. See, in the first example, Lal or his friends. So, in this one, his friends comes as a second subject. We have already discussed when we use either or, we must consider the second subject to use the verb. In this example, his friends comes as the second subject. His friends, look at the example, his friends is a plural subject, so we used are according to the subject verb agreement. But in the case of second one, either Lal or his friend is drinking. See, in this case, his friend came as a second subject, so his friend is a singular subject. So we used is according to the subject verb rules. Not only with this either or, each correlative conjunction is precisely governed by certain grammatical rules. So I think we must address or we must talk about correlative conjunction in a separate video. So in next video we will be separately talking about correlative conjunctions. I think you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Nice to meet you. Have a great day. Catch you later. Bye.